Hey guys, Juggernaut here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Season 2 of the Draft House Podcast, where we've gotten bigger and better with a live video production. Now, I've always said this, we could not have done it without the inspiration from the All Fantasy Everything team. Go check out their podcast. They are funnier and much better at it than we are. Tonight, I'm joined by StateMC and LyghtCycle as we draft villains. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we've been ready. I'm just waiting on you.
Just done busting my balls.
There's no intro, so it's just how do we want to do the order?
So
Me
I
first,
figure- yeah, Mike can pick the order because he's technically the guest. So
Yeah.
I guess he can pick who goes first, second, and third, and then back and forth. As it is a
So we're doing serpentine.
serpentine draft.
All right.
Hey, yeah.
So Mike, you
I
go
almost
ahead
want
and
to
pick
do
the,
third then.
pick
Yeah,
the
because then
order
you'd
there.
always be hot corner. So first and
Yeah,
third are the
yeah.
hot. First and third are. I mean, yeah.
So whoever's second, basically.
So I want
I'm pretty much certain I know who's going second. So
Warren to go first,
okay.
and then Ronnie, and then me.
Ah, man, I really didn't want to go first. Okay, all right, we can do that.
That's why I chose you. That's why the guest always wins.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so I get to go first, and I'm gonna do something that I really,
Yeah,
actually,
we
I
gotta
lied. I really want this pick. This is gonna be a good pick because I know how much he's gonna piss Ronnie off when I pick this person, and so I'm gonna go with one character that you don't think of as being a villain, but he is a villain in all three movies that he is in. Whenever you go when you go back, when you have to go back again, and even when you have to go back so far that there's a western.
Yeah,
There's a western.
I know who you're
So,
picking, son of a bitch.
my first pick of the draft is going to be old Biff Tannen from Back to the Future.
I can appreciate just having your very first pick of the draft be a spite pick. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
That's why I had him go first, because I knew he
Yeah.
would just.
Well, I figured that'd be a good one, and I didn't know if Ronnie would have that on his list of people that that might be somebody that could be a villain, and so
I didn't quite get. You know what? He wouldn't have got on my radar, honestly.
yeah. So
Because like, is he really a villain though? I mean, is he really a
No.
villain?
he's
He's
the
not a
antagonist
villain.
Is he
at
is he
that time.
is he just misunderstood? I mean, is he just misunderstood? Like, he's the popular
He's
guy in
just-
school. Like, what's so bad about being that?
He's just cool.
Yeah.
And all cool guys pick on the weak.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but who ends up?
Are you
getting
really
the,
trying to tell us something about your school and how you got treated?
Yeah. Did you get picked on a lot by the popular
Was
kids?
the,
I
was
did.
the
no, I
bully
didn't.
really the villain here, or was it?
I mean, I
you
think
issues?
Doc is really the villain, right? I mean, he mad scientist created a time machine, screwed up the space. I mean,
Yeah.
Doc is really the villain, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's why you
That's
went
fair.
first.
But you know what? I'm sticking by that pick,
Fair.
and
It
I'm
is-
gonna make it to where that's my first one. Then we'll get better after that. But
It-
I had to,
It's a
I
good
had
pick.
to send a shot the other way, just to get off the bat. So
100% stinker.
It's a
Turn off. 100% stinker.
it's a good pick. It's a good pick. I'll applaud it. I wish I had it, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm up with my first pick, and I'm gonna go with what I believe is probably a clear choice number one pick. And so
You're
I
gonna choose.
kind of shocked
I know
Warren.
what you're gonna choose.
Warren didn't get it, but I'm gonna take one that really doesn't matter who plays this villain. It's always almost good, except for one time. I'm going with the Joker.
Nice.
that's a good one. Now, which Joker? I guess that's the
No,
question.
no,
You're-
we
I
didn't-
know.
He said whichever
I
one.
understand what you're saying, but which one would be the ultimate like?
Mm.
That's the
Heath
baddest
Ledger.
one.
I was gonna say, die for the guy.
That'd be Heath Ledger.
I do think Heath Ledger's Joker was probably the most villainous. I think Jack Nicholson played the best Joker, but I think Heath's Joker was probably like the best like bad guy.
And
Yeah, I
the
agree with
evil
that.
just yeah.
Like
Leto's
fuck
is
it.
kind of strange.
I didn't like it. I didn't like Letos. I didn't like him at all. And then I always give Mark Hamill credit because he's voiced the cartoon, and man, he's probably got the best voice.
Yeah, 100%, hands down,
Yeah.
hands down.
So yeah,
So-
my first pick, the Joker.
That's a good one. that was gonna be my second one. So I'm up. I get 2 in a row. Let's go.
Hot corner.
Right?
Yep.
I get 2 in a row.
So pick your first one. We'll talk about it, and then we'll go to your second one.
I mean, my first one's the stupidest, easiest one. It's number 1 on all the charts. I mean, you should be able to even guess it. And I know it's in Ronnie's list. It's Darth Vader.
Nice. That's a good one.
I mean,
That
that's
is a
an
good
easy one. Villain as old as time. I am your father. Is not only in the lower poverty communities, it actually is in this, in your cinema. So it's perfect for you. So that's my number 1. That's easy.
Again, is he really a villain?
Hey,
Yes.
you stop it. You stop it right now.
Yes.
Hey,
He's the
I'm
dark
just-
side, bro.
I'm just
He's
just
got
young
the
little
dark
Anakin. His
side.
pod racing, man. Young little Anakin. He just wanted to race pods.
He's just trying to,
You know, and then he got all mad that his mom died, so he killed everybody that killed his mom. I mean, wouldn't you do the same? And
He
then
kills younglings in the process.
and then he just wanted some Natalie Portman, and she
She's like, no, don't.
no.
Then Love Child,
He's easily,
and then everybody
easily.
dies.
No, you're right. He's easily villain. Did you know that
Easily.
there is a, I think it's what's it called, a boss, like just a face statue of him, like on a building in Washington D.C.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, there's I learned this from, I think it's from one of the Dan Brown books, like Lost Symbol. But if you look it up, like there was a contest back in the day when children could write in and like, who's the scariest person you can think of, or like, draw something that embodies fear or something like that. And some little girl drew a Darth Vader, and they were like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So he's like up on the corner of a building in Washington D.C. It's kind of cool.
Oh wow,
I'll have to look that up. That's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
that is.
Darth
now,
Vader.
don't-
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. That's a unanimous. That's probably
It's easy
all
dub
time
right there.
one.
Easy
vote.
dub.
Yeah.
See,
So,
the problem is with these lists is y'all put too much thought into it when there's obvious answers right at the beginning.
Yeah, well, you
Well,
gotta you gotta go obvious at the beginning, and then towards the end is when
Yeah.
you can really get the funky ones.
So I
didn't-
got a little funky
didn't
one
fuck you
here
guys.
for you. I feel like it's funky.
I like
I
funky.
feel
I like funky.
But I don't feel like it's crazy. So my second pick, 4th pick overall, is the shark from Jaws.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
That's a real
saw
good
that
one. I'm not gonna
Saw
lie.
that one.
I thought you were gonna say the shark from Sharknado, but I'm glad you said the shark from Jaws.
No.
Even better.
No.
That one should be in.
Tornado is actually the villain in that
It's
one.
actually the tornado.
It's not the shark. It just happens to pick
It's actually
up
Tara
and
Reid.
go around.
Tara Reid is the villain of
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So yeah, Jaws. You look. Sharks usually attack, but not that aggressively to kill people. So, for me, that is absolutely terrifying, and I would be shitting my pants if that happened to me. So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
and
Agreed.
it's one of the old classics.
Oh yeah, you can't go
Yeah.
wrong with the classic. Can't go wrong with the classic.
Mhm.
Open water scares me.
Really?
I don't want to be out. Some big ass fucking shark comes up, bites your leg off. I don't think so.
Like,
No, thank you.
but you can go to the beach, right? Like if you're out on the beach.
Put me in a cave instead of putting me in the open.
Nah, see, like I get claustrophobic, man.
Open water.
I'm convinced, like if the cave caves in, like I'm gonna die in the bottom of that cave. Like
Yeah,
all
but
those
you
all
like
those.
Open water
instead of drowning.
is great. I went deep sea fishing with sharks. We caught black tip sharks. We were chumming the boat. True story. And Blake Boyd, as you guys know,
Mhm.
was my roommate. And he legit, we were chumming. We were throwing blood and guts into the water, right? And they're just feeding. He does a backflip into the water in the middle of while we're chumming.
How hammered was
And
Blake?
he wasn't, because we were out in the middle of the ocean. Have you
Oh, so
ever
this was
taken
a
it for a
conscious
3-hour boat?
Conscious decision. Yeah.
With the boat ride, you can't drink. It's so hard to drink. So yeah. So I'm not as afraid as with sharks when it comes to anything. Like they're usually docile. They don't just attack people out of nowhere.
I don't know. That's not what Jaws told me.
Yeah, Jaws is the other direction.
Mike's getting yelled at.
Yep.
Sorry, kids.
Kids,
The
man.
child.
Doesn't matter what time. When I'm in here in the middle of the day or at night, they come in when I'm doing like conference calls.
Well, yeah, because it's like, ooh, what's Dad doing? What's Dad doing in there on the cool stuff?
Let's go. Fuck with
If
it.
the
That's
door's
it.
wide open, they never leave. They just leave me alone.
That's okay.
Once that's closed, it's like they itch. They're like, God
both of Warren's children today looked him in the face and said, no.
Yeah.
Like out loud, hey, don't do that. Walker, come here. No. Like, fuck you, Dad.
I just can't wait. I can't wait till they say fuck you. I just can't. I want to get. Can you call me when that happens?
Please,
yeah. Fuck you,
Fuck you, Dad.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him to say that. I'm gonna like when Walker gets a little bit older, I'm gonna go, hey, go up to Dad and say, fuck you, Dad.
Yeah.
Like before she knows what it means. Oh, I lost Warren again.
There he is. Oh god.
No, it said
oh,
that was weird. It said that you were calling me on my phone through your phone or something. You're calling me. You're clicking something. I don't know.
It said you were calling me on my phone from your phone.
It said StateMC21 Discord answer phone call.
Okay.
Dude, this is why we can't have nice things.
Right. Right.
Alright, it's my
He's like the,
No, it's not. It's not. It's my pick. You went first, asshole. It's my pick.
That's true. Yeah. Who's
Um,
writing these down?
they're on the screen.
I don't see them.
Well, you can't see the recording, but I'm writing them down. Don't worry. Okay, so
Mike, it's
for
called grab a pen and write the fucking answers down. All right.
for my second pick, I am going to go with a classic. I think a villain that you love, the one that you love to be. We're coming up on the time of the year where it's appropriate, and probably one of my favorite lines ever of now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. I'm going Hans Gruber from Die Hard.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had that on my list.
R.I.P. Alan Rickman.
Ever. One of the greatest franchises ever.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Even the bad ones are good. Even the bad ones are good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, which one's the best one though? Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I think probably so. I think Die Hard 1 is pretty good. Die Hard 2 is
With
not.
a Vengeance, I thought was.
And then Live Free or Die Hard, I was a big fan of.
So you didn't like the one with Sam Jackson?
No, I did. So I think Die Hard with a Vengeance is probably the best.
Okay.
I think
And then the first one.
the first one, and then I think Live Free or Die Hard. Then
Yeah.
then I'd probably go Die Hard 2 just because it's kind of a direct sequel, and then the last one they did, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Yeah.
That one was dumb. I think they're making another one, right?
They are.
Die harder now, please.
Die harder die now.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it is Die Harder. I think
That might be
is
Die
the
Harder, yeah.
title, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's Alan Rickman's movie debut.
That's kind of, yeah.
Like
that's
cinematic,
one of the
like big role cinematic debut. That's impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hans Gruber, my second pick. Warren, time for your second and your third pick, as it is Serpentine Draft.
A Serpentine Draft. Okay, so.
Please do better.
I am. This one's gonna be a little bit better.
Check.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Luckily, I got two in a row, so that's gonna be nice, I think. But I'm gonna go with one that is pretty well known, especially with us growing up. It's not something that it's a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one. So
Well, we're waiting.
So I'm gonna go with the Predator. Is what I'm gonna go with.
The Predator.
That's my second.
I'm not gonna lie, I love that pick, and let me tell you one reason why. One of my favorite, only one movie ever made.
Yeah.
Second one, shit, but the first one, isn't it Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
No Love
great.
Dead
Get to
Love?
the chopper.
You are one ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
like-
definitely
So, yeah.
early in the draft for that, but I do like it.
And I think too, like if you go back and watch that movie, and you like, it's almost like two movies. Like the first half that still has everybody in it while they're getting killed, and it's like you've got Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jesse the Body Ventura, that other guy, and it's just like 5. It's the Expendables before the Expendables. Like, who can be more macho and like,
Basically.
watch me do this with no shirt and oily, greasy skin.
But the thing is, it's not even so much that first movie, but that I mean they've made these films now and then even though they're not that great.
How many are there?
Watch them, oh my god, I think there's probably
no. It's
6.
Predator versus Alien.
Yeah, Predators.
Predators. Yeah.
Predator franchise. Let's see.
Predator, yeah. 5? 5? Predator 2.
Honestly, my
Predators, the Predator.
Predator vs. Alien, AVP.
That's
2.
that's
2 of them. Requiem. There's 2 of them. There's Alien vs. Predator and there's Alien vs. Predator Requiem. And then there's the last one.
And then there's 4 Predator movies, so 6 total.
And then they're coming out with one here next year.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of overdone. Personally, but I really love the first movie.
It's
just the suspense and the coolness of not seeing.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna snag that one, and then I'll go with one. So that's my second pick. My third pick is a quintessential horror film icon, and I've gone back and forth between these two. I'll ultimately go with the one that obviously never dies because they keep making fucking movies about it. And I'm gonna go with Michael Myers.
Nice. That's a good pick. That's a real good pick.
Yeah.
That's not the one that I thought you were gonna go for.
I know.
But it's definitely a good pick.
I think that's a good one. I think that's one that you can identify with even now, and even kids growing up now are still watching those movies.
And legit has the same as the best first name ever. You couldn't name anything better than Michael. Come on.
Man, you're right, Michael. I gotta be an ugly guy too. Wear that mask all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a name like Michael, better cover that mug up.
Yeah. Good thing my name is Michael, not Mike.
No, that's a good pick. They're making another one with Jamie Lee Curtis. So it's like the sequel to the one that they just redid. Did you guys see the most recent one they did?
It was good. I thought it was real good. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
The recent one that I saw was when it was her and her kid went off to that camp thing. I think LL Cool J was in it.
Yeah, H2O. Halloween H2O. Yeah.
Yeah. That was dumb.
That one was kind of dumb.
That one was not bad.
Also, like the worst movie title ever. Like, why would you name it H2O? Like, it's just weird. It's like water.
Yeah.
Are we playing with water now?
Yeah, that is really bad. 100% bad.
So yeah, Michael Myers for my third.
Nice.
Third pick.
Good choice.
Yeah.
All right, I got mine ready, but I need to crack open this.
I absolutely don't hate it. So.
Don't hate. Oh yeah.
I'm going a little strange. I went a little strange for my first couple picks. I figured that one I need to have an anchor towards. So.
It's good. It's good. All right. So as I pour this beer, I'm gonna go with a villain from another trilogy. One that this trilogy I think revolutionized kind of the way movies are shot now when they're done. I think it was pretty awesome for our timeline or our time and what we did. But huh? You don't know anything. You don't know shit. You don't know shit about fun. So I'm gonna go with Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Yep.
That's a good one.
That's not who you thought, Warren, either.
That's 100% who I thought.
No, it's not. It's not at all. You didn't know. Starts out as...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, starts out as a computer program, then somehow becomes out of the computer in the second one, and then is back in the Matrix. I don't know. But a man or a program 100%. purely sent on, completing a task.
Yeah, I mean, it's best, one of the best films of our generations.
Oh yeah.
Agreed. Mr. Anderson, we've missed you.
Yeah. And it's one of those ones, I haven't seen that movie in so long. that I need to go back and watch it.
It was randomly, or I think we randomly watched. We were looking for stuff to watch, and it was on Hulu or maybe on Netflix or something. And we were like, oh, we haven't seen this in forever. Let's just turn it on while we clean the house or something. I can't remember what it was, but then it's like, how good is this movie?
Yeah.
I definitely need to watch that one again because I remember just my mind being blown back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my third pick. Mike, it's time for your third and your fourth pick.
Okay. This was one of my favorite scary movie to watch back in the day. It literally freaked me out. It was 2 VHS tapes. I want you to try to guess this. It was 2 VHS tapes. All right, what is it?
Stephen King's It, to be Pennywise the Clown.
Pennywise the Clown. That's it. And
Nice.
I had both VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And I watched it all the time.
That's impressive. I like it.
Man,
Yeah, and I didn't really care for the newer ones as much. I haven't seen the new one. I've seen the younger when they're younger. But watching it, Stephen King, reading books, it was thick. It was great. Love it.
Ooh, Mike likes them thick.
I like them thick.
No, I remember. I do remember watching that movie way back in the day, and thinking, like, for a while there, you just see him as a clown, and I'm like, oh, this clown, he's kind of funny, you know. And then he does that one thing all of a sudden where he turns and his teeth are all like this, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what
I
am I
like how it
watching?
builds up. The build-up is so much better in the older one. It's like this little
Yeah.
things happen, like
I think
blood
the
comes
older
out.
one's much better.
Yeah, the Hollywood version is just
Yeah,
you
and
know,
I mean it's Tim Curry. You can't go wrong with Tim Curry.
no.
Right.
No.
Right.
Man.
Okay, so
Right.
So that's your third pick. Time for your fourth pick. You only got 2 left. You only got 2 left.
Yeah.
I have to do this, and it's just because when I was a little kid and didn't know any better, I asked to watch this movie every day. And you're gonna have to follow the yellow brick home to the Wicked Witch of the West.
Ooh, that was on my list.
And after like hearing like the movie's great, obviously, whatever, you can love it or hate it, but the things that happened in the studio that were on the original film, like supposedly the hanging guy and the background and stuff like that, kind of adds to the little bit of like, what the fuck's going on here?
It's got a good lore.
Yeah.
There's a good lore around it.
Yeah.
And then it's funny you say that. There was a show on AMC or one of those types, History Channel maybe, but it was all about this guy who would go around Hollywood and look for like movie props from classic movies. And one of them was Dorothy's red slippers. Apparently the real slippers that Dorothy made are like the most sought after collectible in the history of collectibles.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And museum guy, the guy that goes around that does the museum stuff on what is that channel? Yeah. So he did a story on this and actually found the slippers that were stolen because supposedly one of the original slippers were stolen, put in a paint can, and thrown in the lake with rocks.
Wow.
And was never to be found for years, and actually found it like 10, 12 years later.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
So it's the Expedition Unknown guy.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Damn, that's gonna bother me. Josh Gates.
Yes.
That's his name. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has actually a show about the slippers, and he goes through all of the
Nice.
that stuff.
Nice. I like it. Very good pick. I like the Wicked Witch of the West as the fourth pick.
Yeah. Thank you. So Warren's right, or no? It's Ronnie.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
It's my fourth. Yeah, my fourth pick. Man, I've only got 2 left, and there's.
Yeah, that's tough.
I know.
There's a lot of stuff we're gonna leave on the table.
Well, that's the question. Do we want to go 5 or 6? Because we're flying through this pretty good.
I only put 6 spots on the board, dude.
Okay.
That's all he did was put six.
Well, there you go.
I
Looks
mean,
like
you
that
told
answers
him
that
what we
question.
had to do, and then now
We'll have some good ones to talk about as far as what we left on the board.
we can have runner-ups at the end and be like
Some
what's
honorable,
your
yeah, some honorable
runner-ups?
mentions.
Yeah, honorable mentions and stuff.
We got a lot.
Man, all right. So for my,
You already got my shitty ones out of the way, really.
I was gonna pick yours. Don't worry about that.
all right. So for my fourth pick, I'm gonna go with another really, really good villain, and I think also played by a very, very good actor in a very, very good movie. So it really hits the trifecta. I'm gonna go with Commodus from Gladiator, played by Joaquin Phoenix.
It's a pretty good one. That's I had that in
Interesting.
mind.
I feel like
I had
that's
that
an
in my
interesting one.
It's I wasn't gonna pick it, and then I was like, it just kept staring at me, and I was like, man, like he's just, he wants to bang his sister, and then like he kills his dad to get the throne. Like he kind of does it all, Game of Thrones style, before Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but like no, I never even thought of that.
He's that guy you love to
Because
hate.
that's not anything.
Yeah.
You don't think about it. You just think about the gladiator piece of it. I mean, I don't know. That's good. I like that actually.
Yeah. So, hang on. Sorry.
That threw me into a loop. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it gets towards the end. Want to throw some wicked ones in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, I pulled up a list and kind of cross-referenced mine to some that are online. When we get done, I'll tell you some of these things that they have listed as villains, and I'm like, that's not a villain. That guy's not a villain.
There was a couple. I agree. There's a couple that I was looking through. I was like, is he really like a bad guy?
Like,
is he a villain?
okay, can we put a pause on this because I have a serious issue with one of these on here right now.
Okay, what's that?
Giving it away. So the one I'm looking at is top 50, whatever, Insider.
Uh-huh.
They had I just lost it. Terminator.
Oh yeah.
As a villain.
So
I mean, I think in
Is
the
that
first
really
in the first one he is,
he is.
Yeah, but
and then the second one technically it's not the same Terminator. It's
not the same
it's not the
Terminator.
same machine. It's a different one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but the Terminator actually starts just protecting the kid, like that's his
right.
And ain't no fucking villain is gonna go sit there and protect children.
You're right. It's kind of a.
Warren just crossed something off his list, by the way.
I won't pick this one.
You're like, "Oh, shit."
Let's go ahead.
Okay,
and
sorry, I didn't mean to derail us.
No. That's fine.
Really
That was
thought of
one. Here, I'll stick with the pause here for a second since we got some time. So on the same list has Vito Corleone, the Godfather. Like he's not a villain. I mean, yeah, he's a mob guy, but he's not a villain.
Yeah.
bad dude, but like, come on.
If anything, the God, and I can't remember the main guy. I say the main guy, the one who kills Luca Brasi. I can't remember his name in the movie, but that would be more of a villain than anything.
He'd be more of a villain than Corleone. I agree.
So yeah,
there's a couple on there that you kind of look at and you could go either way on it. You could say, yeah, they were at one point, but then they end up being the good guy.
Yeah, but like
So-
a villain is a guy that's just fucking nasty.
I agree. I agree. The kind of one of the key characteristics of a good villain is the one that has no moral compass, and it's full send one way.
Right.
I would agree with that.
Just like psychopaths, you can't change their like thought process.
Yeah.
They're psychopaths.
There's something wrong up here.
Yes. So, anyways,
Very nice. I like it. All right, Warren, it is time for your fourth and your final pick.
Okay. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. All right, let's go. Let's go this direction. So, I'll take. I'll cop out a little bit. We'll go with. Based on my last pick, we'll go with another horror film. we'll go another horror film series that haunt your dreams through your childhood, and we'll go with Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think that's a pretty good one to.
I thought about taking
yeah.
I can definitely get on board with that.
Yeah.
So nothing scarier than falling asleep and getting haunted.
Yeah.
Like Tara,
Nothing
the first
you can
time
change
after I
about.
watched that fucking movie, I was so scared to fall asleep when I was a kid. I was like, fuck that. I don't.
It's funny. I've never seen the
What's wrong with
series.
that?
I'm
Really?
gonna call it out. I've seen
Man.
like maybe one, but I've never seen. I've seen I think Freddy versus Jason.
So is
Yeah, I saw that.
I think Halloween is probably my favorite horror movie, and as much as I love Michael Myers, I think Friday the 13th is probably my favorite series. Like even the sucky ones, like they're all good. And
You
then
mean Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th?
oh, I'm sorry, yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm sorry, yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay. Yeah, because and the thing is that it just makes it like the way that they shoot it. It's just so creepy. Like
Mhm.
it's not even so much like a, it's like it's not jump scares or anything like that necessarily. It's
Yeah.
just fucking creepy. And then the
Kinda
whole deal
like
with being
your-
asleep and dying and doing that. I just, to me, that's kind of like when you point back. Michael Myers obviously is one of the ones that you just like. This is a good suspense thriller type horror movie.
Frankenstein.
But man, Freddy Krueger, that's the stuff nightmares are made of. Pun intended.
Hey.
I like it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
I like it.
I guess.
I like
That's
it.
actually my favorite one that you picked. And Michael Myers. So you're doing well.
All right,
So for your final pick, hang on. Before you pick your final, I'm gonna take a picture of our screen real fast. Everybody look and smile. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go a little bit the other direction, and this is something that growing up, he's one of those when you watch animated films, he's kind of the one you point to as being the bad egg of the family,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go with Scar
Ooh.
from Lion King.
That's very good. That's on.
Classic.
That was on my list of picks that I would want to try to get in there. That's very good.
Yeah, so that's
I
I
like
figure whenever you're growing up and you're watching all those movies, there's a handful of characters you can kind of point to as being that's a bad dude, that's a bad dude. But Scar, he just has it out from the beginning. I mean,
He
just from
killed
the
his
beginning of
brother
that
and
film,
supposedly-
killed his
Right?
brother,
I
wrecks
mean,
the whole kingdom, just fucks everything up. Just the fucker.
the
of
songs,
all things.
man. Those
Yeah.
songs are amazing in Lion King.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just the whole
Yeah.
Lion King thing is just awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Characters,
Yeah.
everything.
Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Irons as the voice of Scar. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever you look back on those films and how they cast those films, I mean, it's just perfect. You can't see anybody else playing those characters, even in the new ones. Like even when they're casting the new ones that are coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, they had to get James Earl Jones as Mufasa again because nobody else can play Mufasa. I mean, it's just one of those things you see it, and no, they did a good job with him. But Scar, just when you're looking at it from a Disney standpoint, that just seems like the villain of all villains is him.
So did you like the new one when they tried to make it like realistic in real life?
I still have
I
not seen
thought-
it.
I thought it was better than a couple of the other ones that they've tried to redo, but it was okay. That's once again, I think the casting. I think the casting of some of the characters that they did was just not good.
So I'm gonna
So-
tell you why I had an issue with it. Is
Okay.
how many times have we seen Lion King in our lifetimes?
Uh,
lot.
A lot. A
Too
lot.
many
Yeah.
times. And you even know down to where they're like their emotions in their face and how they look and how they do everything. The Lion King, whenever they actually made it real life, the emotions of how they looked and act and stuff wasn't like it was in the original.
They didn't look
Which
like people.
made-
They looked like animals.
Well,
Yeah.
it was just
I know.
like you're used to how the movie is, and it follows it pretty much to a T. And the way they act is not kind of the same way they acted in the animated one.
Yeah.
Like the emotion wise, they just say it and they
Mhm.
move on. and it's not. It's just you don't feel. It's just to me, it just wasn't this. It didn't capture the same like the affection that we all grown and loved about the Lion King. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend to watch it because it's nowhere even close to animation.
No. If you go in with low expectations, you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
They've gotta
There
be
you go.
low.
Yeah.
Got to be low. You can't be come in thinking it's going to be like the original or mediocre and it's going to be good. But
I agree with that.
yeah, but James Earl Jones kills it both times. So, but that's my that'll round out my my selection for my fifth pick. So it's up to you fuckers.
So
Round it out.
I'm torn on which one I should pick for my final one. I mean, I know we'll get to talk about either of them either way, but like who do I want on my team? Who do I want?
I can go first and might help you out.
No, we gotta go in order. gotta go in order. Gotta stick with the order. So I'm gonna go. Man, I'm torn. I'm really torn. I am gonna go with one who I feel like the times we're living in now. Sometimes I look at myself and I say, "Damn, maybe he was right." You know, maybe he was onto something. You know, maybe he's not too far off in his thought process of what's going on. I'm kind of surprised he didn't get picked earlier because he is a rather new addition. But I'm going to go with Thanos.
Damn it!
I have him.
That was my last one.
Was it?
Yes.
I mean, like, there's sometimes when I'm just driving and I look around and I'm like, man, yeah, half of you could not be here and it'd be okay.
Yeah.
And
Man, I hate you. I hate you so much.
That's why these are fun.
Like, dude, if I get Thanos, like, boom, I'm off to the races. People don't pick me out, they're idiots.
I am surprised he didn't get picked sooner. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get picked sooner.
That's
The
why I
good
was
thing
trying to
about
keep
that
going back.
pick is how they set that up. Like, so how they go from the very first one and kind of keep him in the shadows for the first couple ones all the way up to the point where he's relevant. And then when he's relevant, he's a bad motherfucker. I mean,
when he made that click, and I watched it in the movies, you could feel the people's sadness around you.
Oh, like when in Infinity War he actually snaps.
Yeah. People disappear.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Me and Ward looked at her like. I mean, it's like it's funny because Jazz,
get down with it.
You know, she's like everybody's coming back, but like you knew they were coming back. Like you knew there was gonna be another move, but you're just like, oh fuck, like damn. And I think one of my favorite things is, so in Infinity War, he's this kind of more methodical, like, all I really care about is just getting the stones and snapping and doing this purpose that I've set myself out to. And then in Endgame, you get kind of, you know, maniacal. Yeah, you get him before he's been doing it for so long, so he's a little bit more like, I'm just here to conquer everything. And so he's a little bit more badass and, you know, and fighty in that one, so.
Yeah. No, that's a good pick.
Yeah, and he really just wouldn't be left alone, let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, he just retired to his little farm and was cooking some soup and got his head chopped off.
Yeah, sounds terrible. Probably how he wanted to go.
All right, Mike, it is time for your final pick, and that will conclude the draft of villains.
So first of all, I absolutely hate you, Ronnie, because I thought I was going to end with that. One that I've constantly, it's not on any list that you can find anywhere, but for me,
I like it. Rogue.
I'm lagging a little bit, it's okay. But the one thing that screams to me is absolute psychopath.
Okay.
And it's Cruella de Vil.
That's a good one.
I like it. I like ending it on Disney.
Yeah.
Man after my own heart.
I know, yeah. Yeah, so I think Cruella de Vil, just like growing up and the puppy things and stealing them, and he was absolutely psycho for the fur.
Yeah, you go watch those movies back again.
Oh, any of them.
What is wrong with this?
Why would we put our children through this?
Yeah, why are our kids watching this? So, no, I agree. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. She's fucking nuts. I mean, she's nuts.
See nuts, and look, all dog lovers. If you don't vote for me, then you just hate dogs. So.
You hate dogs. We left some really good ones on the board.
We did.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll go ahead and recap what we got, and then we'll go back through.
All right. So,
Can we rank ours? Can we rank each other's? What we think?
yeah, absolutely. Hang on, I need to slide this over because it looks like garbage. So Warren went first, and went Biff Tannen from Back to the Future, Predator, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. So we went back-to-back horror films, and then Scar from The Lion King. I went second, and I went The Joker. I went Hans Gruber, Agent Smith from The Matrix, Commodus from Gladiator, and Thanos. And then, Mike, you went third and went Darth Vader, the shark from Jaws, Pennywise the Clown, the Wicked Witch of the West, and Cruella de Vil, which I gotta say, I think your picks are probably the most well-rounded, and you kind of nailed every single category as far as genre of villains. I applaud you for that, for being your first time doing this.
Thank you. I'm very happy with it. I wish I had Thanos, but maybe Cruella will help me out there. So
Yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. Warren, what are some that you had on the board that you didn't pick, or that you kind of are just now thinking of?
So I kind of went. There's a couple I had that were one's really outside the box, like really fucking outside the box. But I'm gonna round back over to Mike's first pick with Darth Vader. I get why he picked that, but I almost picked Senator Palpatine, and that was almost going to be one of mine because I think he is the real villain of that whole deal because he continues all the way through. Darth Vader in the end just ends up, loving his son. I mean, what are you gonna do about that?
Right. He starts out good, goes bad, and comes back to good, but
it comes back good. So I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that was.
If we're going iconic villains, though, I mean, I think if you said, "Hey, who's the villain from Star Wars?" people would say Darth Vader before they would say Palpatine.
But I mean, you got Jason Voorhees. They would, yes, I know. I did have the T-100 on my list, which is the second Terminator, the one that comes back. I didn't have the first one.
The T100 or T1000?
I had T-1000. Sorry, T-1000. Sorry, my bad.
Fuck, Jesus Christ! Get it right or pay the price.
I had Chucky on that list.
That's a good.
Chucky was one that was a decent one that I didn't think of, and then the one that I had that was kind of off the wall, and I asked my wife about it. I was like, "Is this because?" She's like, "I don't know, go for it." Is the iceberg in Titanic?
If you would have picked that last, I would have allowed that. That would have been good.
I love it.
That's like the ultimate villain.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good. Or if you would have gone with Rose from Titanic because she doesn't put Jack on the door with her, I would have allowed that as well.
Yeah.
Mike, what are some that you thought of during it or had on your list that you didn't quite get on there?
Hannibal Lecter.
I was gonna say that's one that I'm surprised we didn't get on there earlier.
Yeah, I just think he's a little. I feel like he was before our time a little bit. I mean, I've watched it, but that came out like a little bit before we were able to watch something like that. So I don't think it's as relatable to us as it is maybe some of these other things that we chose. Jack Torrance.
Yep, from the Shining.
Shining. Yeah, I think he was a big one because Stephen King loves Stephen King. Why I picked Pennywise. So that was fairly easy. Other than that, I mean, I feel like Lord Voldemort. I was
gonna say Lord Voldemort was one that I was kind of surprised when it got on there. Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
But Voldemort.
I don't think Gollum as much because he's not good.
He just doesn't strike me like when you're watching those films. Yeah, he's a bad guy, but like when I'm thinking villain, like I'm thinking some dude that's just.
I don't know, man. He pretty much killed whoever got in his way. I mean, poor Cedric Diggory, just a kid. Just a kid. But yeah, no.
I mean, Lord Voldemort is the most scariest.
And I think he's a little bit like Thanos too. Like he's, you know, he who should not be named through the first couple movies, and then he shows up. So there was a little bit of build up, you know, towards the end. So yeah, I had him, I had Gollum, I had Sauron from Lord of the Rings, even though he's, you know, just an eyeball. I thought he was really good. There was one, I don't know if you guys have seen Inglourious Bastards, but Hans Landa.
Oh, the British dude, yeah.
Yeah, Hans Landa. Vigo from Ghostbusters 2. I was gonna throw him as kind of a dark horse in there, like Vigo. But yeah, those were just some of, you know, and then we could have gone through all Gozer, yeah. We could have gone through all the comic book, you know, bad guys, but I didn't want to go too far in that route because, like, you know, like Magneto's a villain, but he's also, you know, has been on the good side. He's been on the good side. That's why I went Joker is kind of my only comic book, and Thanos are the two sides.
What about this one? What about Alien?
I could have gone with that. Yeah. Kind of like Predator. I think it's kind of the same ideal.
Yeah, but I will say Alien, when it comes to the franchises, is a better franchise than Predator, even though I like Predator more.
Oh yeah.
You got Aliens, and then the third one.
Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, I just thought it was better. Especially, you know, you're stuck in this very like small space, and you have this critter crawling around that you don't know what the hell it is, but it's killing everybody.
Do you know what the tagline for Alien was?
The what?
The tagline for Alien. So like the movie had the poster, and then it's like its little saying.
No, what was it?
It's in space, nobody can hear you scream.
There you go.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's good. That is cool. I like that.
See, and I had Venom on there, and Venom's a villain. I mean, he's technically a villain, but he, you know, it's just one of those characters. And then be it Spider-Man. I'm surprised I didn't pick him, but he was one that I just looked at and I was like, you know, there's a bunch that are better, I guess, than he would be. Yeah. Considered.
I think you can have bad guy and then you can have villain, and I think that because a lot of the bad guys, you're like they got a little good in them. They're bad, but they got a little good in them.
Yeah. Do you think the comic book part of that whole thing, when it comes to, you know, X-Men and all of that, kind of deteriorates the?
I would agree. Kind of desensitizes you to the villain aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think there are very few. I think Joker, Thanos. You could say Galactus.
Galactus. Yeah.
I'm thinking, you know,
Krang,
maybe Penguin. You know, but even some forms of Galactus he's not necessarily a bad guy. That's just he survives by eating worlds. You know, like so there's some versions of comics where it's not necessarily a villain. Like this is just how I survive, man. I got to eat planets.
Yeah, you do Dormammu or something that's like that, where you got, just something that's like that direction.
Yeah.
Completely Loki. Loki.
Yeah. Even the same. If you look at his character arc, he's, you know, he sacrifices himself at the end. So.
But these guys are all like good at one point.
Yeah.
And, like something fucked up in their life to make them crazy, like Two-Face. Penguin, even with all that.
Kind of like Darth Vader.
No, because he's still bad.
You know what?
No. Hold on, Warren. Shut up 1 second. I gotta say something. Because I gotta defend my picks, man. I gotta defend my picks. Darth Vader is part of the Star Wars franchise, period. That's why I picked him. And he's number one on everything you get. So.
You're right.
That's fair.
He gets a pass. He gets a pass because he was good, and then at one point.
There was a couple of them. So one, I wish I would have picked. I only picked 15 because I knew that I would get. I just wanted to just take shots at Ronnie. But one that I wanted to pick that's not really well known, but when you think about the movie and how it is John Doe from the movie Seven.
Yep, that's a really good one. That was on the list that I had. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Doe's got the upper hand.
Yeah.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
I had Detective Alonzo Harris on there too from Training Day.
Oh, that's a kind of a deep cut. Wouldn't
Yeah.
say I'm familiar with it enough to really know much, but I mean, I know what you're talking
Sure.
about.
Yeah. Little Denzel. Got their little Denzel in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Nice.
So, and we didn't touch on a bunch of like the Disney characters and that whole, or you know what, like Megatron from Transformers, or I mean, some of the
Yeah.
but that's not like
bad
Like-
guy. Is that more of a bad guy than?
well, it is, but you can't really relate to it where it's like you're really like worried or pissed off at the guy. It's just two bots fucking fighting.
the
Like, you
T-Rex
just-
from Jurassic. The T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but the T-Rex saves them.
Yeah, he comes back in the end.
Later on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, what if Jafar is probably a good one. for
Jafar is
that.
probably a good one. Ursula is probably a good one.
Ursula.
That's a good one.
Gaston being a dick and a bit like.
See, I wouldn't even.
Yeah.
I would. He's probably just an asshole. Yeah, he's probably just an
Yeah.
asshole, not so much like a villain. Like, I mean, you know, if
Yeah.
somebody I liked was going off with some beast, I'd probably want to kill the beast. Kill the beast.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got a great song. Like, come on, we can't hate on Gaston with this song.
Gaston, man.
Yeah.
He's everything that I don't want to be. That's for sure.
Rip my.
Yeah. You know, you had Hades. You had Hades on there. You had Maleficent, which is one
Yeah.
that they ended up painting. a
Yeah,
better
I was just saying, if you watch that though, then all of a sudden she's good. Now, okay, so Mike, here I'll give you a defense for your Darth Vader. Is when Star
Yeah, I
Wars,
don't need a defense.
when Star Wars 3, 4, and 5 came out, like
Right.
Darth Vader was he wasn't good until the 2000s when they decided to rewrite the movie. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I'll give you yours. Warren's Frozen.
Oh, okay, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was helping you out there.
Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I think out of all of them, I mean Captain Hook, but he's not really like, he's not successful.
Yeah, he's more of a
So-
parody bad guy.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to pick guys that are successful at some point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
obviously they're going to end and not be successful at the end of the day, but they gotta actually do something. I like Hades too. That's a good one.
Hades was a good one. That's a pretty good one.
Hades at least had a plan.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, hey,
Yeah,
that.
so
Go ahead, Mike.
no, I was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say rank them, but let's not, because we all know mine's the best. So.
We'll cut it up. We'll put it on YouTube and Facebook, and then look at Warren's little frozen face up there. That's funny. And we'll see what everybody's got. But for the first episode of the live streaming Draft House, I thought it was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah,
We'll
thanks
work
for having me, guys. I appreciate.
You're welcome. Hey, you know what? You
had.
had good picks, so you've earned yourself a second invite. So you're always welcome to come back again if you want.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And if I win, what do I get?
Recognition. A prize of immeasurable value.
Can
Recognition.
I get a shirt, like Draft House winner or something?
You know what? Yeah, we'll get some merch.
we can get some merch.
We'll get some merch. Once we start doing it live on stream, and if people will donate enough, then we'll get some merch going.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get. Actually, here's what we'll actually do. We'll get a little title belt. I'll get you a little title belt, and we can carry. You can pass it around to whoever keeps winning the drafts.
Okay. I'll feel that.
Nice. All right, so that'll do
Warren's
it.
gonna put that.
As I say, that'll do it for this episode. Come back again. I'm not sure what our next draft topic will be, but we'll have another one here pretty soon. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.